Welcome to Cobalt Tutorials. In a previous video, we discussed setting up your dues cycle as the first step in setting up your dues renewal configuration. In this video, we'll discuss setting up your dues schedules so that you can divide your renewals by member groups or other distinguishing criteria. Let's begin by navigating to the dues cycle that we created. Basic dues cycle. Click the plus icon in the upper right-hand corner of the dues schedule subgrid. This will open a blank dues schedule. You'll receive a dialog box asking you to update the duration. Click OK to keep this the same as the dues cycle. Typically, organizations have the same dates or terms for each schedule as the overall cycle. However, this can be set for different dates or terms if a subset of membership should have a different duration of values. If you don't click OK on the dialog box, you'll need to enter the information manually. For this example, the system has already set this as dated, with a begin and end date of 3/1/2020 and 3/1/2021. You'll need to add a name and member type value. The value for dues cycle will auto-populate because we opened this from within the dues cycle. I'll set the name as Professional Dues Schedule 2020. The name is for internal use, and I like to add the date or some other defining information so that if I need to search in an advanced find later, it is easier to select the one I want. If I have a long list of professional dues for every year, this can make searching more difficult. I'll set the member type as professional. This will allow me, as the staff member, to know that this schedule is specifically for professional members. It is used as part of the dues renewal process to make sure that the person is paying for the right dues. So if the member type changes on the membership, but the dues item remains professional, the system will give an error since the data doesn't match up. So if you have multiple member types, you must have a unique schedule for each member type. Click Save. If you want specific late fees and reinstatement fees to apply to a schedule, you can set those products in their respectively named lookup fields. There are system workflows that will allow you to add these products to the orders if required on whatever dates your organization sets. You can also set the order source on the schedule. Your system will come with a default dues item order source. The order source allows you to set some restrictions on payment. For example, if you use donation or other editable products as part of your dues, the editing feature will not work without this order source set. The order source requires customers to go through the renewal wizard, which checks the member schedule type and queries. Because of these special dues-related steps, dues with this order source can only be paid one at a time. If you do not have donations to edit, you can leave this blank, which will allow customers to pay the dues as a regular order and group the dues order with other orders they may be paying. Finally, as with the dues cycle, the dues schedule has a query that is associated with it. Click View Query. An advanced find window will open. In this window, you can set the filtering criteria so that your results only include the members you want to be included in this schedule. In this case, I'll specify that only professional members will be included. If I included other member types, the dues would generate, but those members would be unable to pay, since the member type of the dues schedule that we set previously is professional. Typically, the query will include the member type and the date range of current membership, expirations that are coming up and need to renew. Click Save and close the query. Note that every member who appears in your master query must appear in one of your schedule queries, but they can't appear in more than one. If a member appears in more than one schedule, errors will be thrown when dues are generated. Thank you for joining us for Cobalt Tutorials.